next question is it's really close to us. So assuming that we are small investors, we have about, let's say, $5,000 to invest. And today, we want to start today. So how do we construct a portfolio, or, so that this entire portfolio can give us some form of like income, extra income in addition to our job? Yeah, so $5,000, for example.
Oh, you want income?
Yeah, income. So it can be capital appreciation, it can be income, it can be anything. So how would any retail investor get started with $5,000?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it really depends on your temperament.
Like, you put me in such an uncomfortable situation.
You have to be really honest with yourself when it comes to investing. That is the most important thing. Be honest with yourself. If you know that you're going to be upset when the market, if you invest $5,000 and you lose 20%.
I wasted everyone's money, I wasted everyone's everything, and I feel bad.
If you know that you're going to get very upset when that happens, then you need to be in a very conservative portfolio. Because Bogle always said, if you can't handle a 20% decline in the market, you don't need to be invested in the market. But that's kind of a joke, because the bear markets on average are 35 to 40%, and there's one every 3 to 4 years. So I would say if you can't handle losing 35 to 40%, you shouldn't invest. But I think all of you can do that.
Yes, we can.
One good method for investors to consider starting out is dollar cost averaging into mutual funds or ETFs if you prefer. I mean, right now, I do think that we're in something that looks a little bubblish in the passive investing world. There's an ETF for everything these days, and investors think that they're getting a lot of diversification, and they aren't. I have a great slide in another presentation about Apple stocks, and Apple stocks are in value ETFs, they're in beta ETFs, they're in a bond. It's in a bond ETF. The equity is in a bond ETF. It's in a Catholic values ETF. It's in a high beta ETF. It's in a low beta ETF. But for the average investor, if you want average returns and you want to go with a passive product, it might not be a bad way to go if you know yourself well enough to know I don't want to think about it. I want a dollar cost average in. I want to invest in an ETF. That's fine. I would argue you could improve your returns even more by finding a few good value managers with really long-term track records. Pick $5,000 in each one and dollar cost average into it. When the market goes down, don't take your money out, put more money in. That's the way to really impact your returns. So that would be my advice. If you want to manage a stock portfolio, that's a lot more work. If you want to actually pick the securities, you probably need to study that somewhere, either by reading lots of books on that or working with Cayden to show you how to do that.